Come on down. You're the next contestant on Price is Right Wrestling. And tonight's show starts with hype for a championship match in the form of a tag team match with Ciampa and Rex Steiner channeling the Steiner brothers where they got Steinerized. And it ends with a championship match. And also you get three women's matches. And also you get Grayson Waller. You didn't think we were going to let you forget about Grayson Waller, did you? Well, if you did, haha, we proved you wrong. Vince McMahon, haha, I'm bound determined to make you love Grayson Waller, damn it. You're going to love him, damn it. Damn it, come back here. Stop making the ratings fall. What the fuck's going on? What am I even doing? I'm going to blame Bruce for this. Where the hell's Bruce? Who is Bruce? Who am I? Nobody messes with Vince Wee. I'm John Renton with my review, WWE NXT 2.0. Yeah, that intro didn't really make a lot of sense there at the end, but then there are things on this show that doesn't make any goddamn sense. They don't make any sense, whatever grammatical way you want to put it. Some stuff on NXT 2.0 actually isn't that bad. Some of the wrestling is quite good. There are some very good talents. And then also, you'll just get a bunch of romantic bullshit. I'm sorry, I'm sick of the goddamn romance. It has nothing to do with the fact that I've been single for over a decade and the fact that I loathe relationships with the Fury of 1,000 Suns, not even Nick Fury. Not even the Nick Fury arcade game. That's the Punisher arcade game. Man, it was hard to beat the goddamn, giant-sized Kingpin there, but enough about old video games that likely nobody watching this show remembers. Let's talk about NXT 2.0. So, Ciampa and Rex Steiner are Steinerized, and that theme song is now forever in your heads. They cut off Glorious, and we won't give in, because they weren't victorious, because Dolph Ziggler took the pin, he took the pin. Boy, that was a terrible rendition of that, but I'm known for doing terrible renditions of songs. Yes, it was Ciampa and Rex Steiner against Dolphin Rude. So, well, it's like you can feel the air being let out of their lungs. But enough about Chris, Nancy, and Daniel Benoit in June of 2007. Now I'm going to shoehorn that shit in there because that's how I deal with this sad shit. So, it was fine. They basically built up to Rex getting the hot tag. By the way, it was kind of cool, though, for Ciampa and Rex Steiner to be, in the Steiner singlets. That was pretty cool stuff. Now we just need to channel, we don't need to channel, like, Super Brawl, I believe. No, not Super Brawl 2. I think it was Wrestle War 92. It was one of those matches where the Steiners took on two Japanese talents, and it was very, very scary. We don't really need to see that, because people were laying on their goddamn heads, and it was brutal. But that's Japanese strong style for you. Let's get back to this show. They build up to the hot tag. The fucking spear that Dolph just sold like he was goddamn destroyed by me. Just boom, he just hit him like, friggin' flying tackle. We even get the Steiner Bulldog. Hooray, victory. No, Rude broke it up. But fairy tale ending, 1, 2, 3. Not a bad opener. In fact, pretty damn good tag team match. And then LA Knight's going to show up. Yeah, he's going to talk to you. But first, Walter says he will destroy Solo Sikoa to begin the implementation of the final phase of his plan. Maybe shouldn't word it like that right now. LA Knight is way over. He goes over the history that he has with Grayson Waller because they are bound and fucking determined to push Grayson Waller despite all evidence that besides being pretty decent in the ring, all he wears is bad shirts and all he is really annoying. Not annoying like I want to see him get beat up like why are they giving this fucking idiot this little dweeb a goddamn microphone? I don't get it. So anyway, they're gonna have a rubber match, a last man standing match. That's pretty much it. LA Knight has a chance to really get over on the main roster, assuming that Vince doesn't screw him up. Meaning he will probably put him in a goddamn, weird outfit with yeah on there. He'll be the yeah man, and it'll be like Superman, and it won't get over at all. It'll be like Arachnaman, except without Turner getting attacked by Marvel for the blatant ripoff. If you don't know what Arachnaman is, consider yourself lucky. So, Persia won't stop texting Dookie Nukie Hudson, but they have a tag match next. Persia and Indy, not Dookie Nukie and Persia. Though Dookie Nukie may be tagging Persia in a different way. Let's move on from that. Oh, look, it's Wendy Choo Choo and it's Dakota Kai. Can't care less about this tag team. I mean, I couldn't. I probably could if I'd really tried, but just no. It's a stupid Dakota Kai doesn't even feel like she means anything. She just is talking to herself. And I like Dakota Kai. And it's not that Wendy Choo Choo isn't good in the ring. It's a stupid gimmick. This gimmick is bad. Whoever came up with it should feel bad. People say, oh, she has range. She was able to be this Japanese warrior and then this 1,000-year-old ghost and now this. The 1,000-year-old ghost for as much as I knocked it, was actually better than this. This is stupid. This is fucking horrible. This is comedy bullshit. It's just as bad as the Orange Cassidy stuff. It's terrible stuff, in my opinion. So anyway, Toxic Attraction, you know, they just put their box right out there. They're just putting their box on display. Their luxury box, that is. Their nice luxury box. This is getting really strange. Let's just say when you put a nice box on television, you are going to watch and see what's in the box. You want to find out what's in the box. Enough box talk, enough foxy boxing, as it were. Maybe we shouldn't talk about that. Andy and Persia took on Dakota and Wendy. Choo-choo, Dusty qualifier. Oh, look, I'm sorry. Look at the time. It's time for me to not give a shit because of this stupid sleepy gimmick. Was the match bad? No. It was fine. Weird TKO variation broken up by Dakota. Broken up by Wendy, rather. And then Dakota ends up winning with a stomp on Persia. Okay. It's going to come down to Wendy Choo-Choo and Dakota taking on Raquel Gonzalez and Cora Jade. Because we just can't get away from Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. And Cora Jade is going to be the best goddamn gimmick out of that. And that's nothing against Dakota, but good God. Good fucking God. More on Cora Jade later. So anyway, this tournament's a fucking wash, by the way. So, the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history. I can't even come up with the enthusiasm, guys. So goddamn ridiculous. They're just beating you over the head with the stupendous thing. It's a good thing that WWE has all their pay-per-views on the cock, because I think outside of the Rumble, Mania, and maybe SummerSlam, they wouldn't get a lot of buys anymore. They really need to limit the amount of stupendous premium live events that they have. But they won't. Video package on the Creeds and Imperium. It's perception versus reality. The perception is the reality of this product is not very bright. Amari Miller took on Lash Legend. Okay, they were teaming up previously, now they're facing off against each other. I was impressed when I first saw Lash Legend before I knew who she was. She was really, really tall. Cameron Grimes was doing the basketball thing, whatever the hell that was. Lash has size. She has a look. I hated the talk show segments, and I haven't been that impressed what she's done in the ring. Now, apparently during this match, Lash Legend won, by the way. Apparently, Amari Miller got injured. There are people attacking Lash Legend. Both these women are entirely too new to the WWE, television product. Yes, Amari's been on what was 205 Live and now NXT Level Up, and she had to be stretchered out. I'm not going to blame Lash Legend unless this becomes a recurring thing. Accidents happen. That's just all I'm going to say right there. But Lash won. Life goes on. Dull as before. Also couldn't help but notice that her hair wasn't getting beyond Thunderdome. Reminded me of Tina Turner. But I'm not going to go and lash out at Lash, if you'll see what I did there, until it becomes a recurring thing, and I doubt it will. And I'm sure she feels terrible, so that's it. So anyway, Solo says that he's going to keep coming and coming and coming all over Volta. And I know what his name is. I don't care. It's Walter. So, Brooks and Jensen are still doing their goddamn bullshit, or Briggs and Jensen, or whatever the fuck. I don't know which one Briggs is. I don't know which one Jensen is. I don't care. They're doing this whole thing where Jensen, I think it's Jensen, one of them is a goddamn idiot when it comes to finding love. And Elektra Lopez felt like playing the bongos all of a sudden for some reason when she showed up. Man, Jesus, she was just, I don't know why this segment happened. I don't care. One of them says, joke's on you. It's like, I've never been with a woman. Why is this happening? Why is this on a wrestling program? Solo got Uso chance. Walter and Solo Sikoa had a nice slug fest. They just slugged each other. Boy, they just kept doing that and everything. And, man, this was just Walter just invading this guy's space. I mean, maybe I should stop talking about that. Walter is in great shape. Man, somebody pointed out that he looks like a tight end. That's thanks to Jenny's tight end. Now that I've dispatched every single woman that watches my show, 3 remaining people, let's talk about the rest of this. Solo got a splash outside to a pop. This was actually pretty good. Nice slugfest. It wasn't the best thing in the world, but we got a sleeper hold by Walter that got countered, but no, alas, sleeper hold again. And then we get two power bombs for 3. And for the pin, Walter folded up Solo just like I folded up a woman in college once. And man, she was just, it was like a bendy straw, like, in the wind. It was just amazing. It was actually like that giraffe gif where the neck just kept going like this. Now that I put that image in your head, let's talk about the rest of this show. All right, Ciampa and Ziggler are arguing about who will get the title shot because Ziggler, we thought, had it, but then Ciampa pinned him. So Rex says, I'm going to take you both on because I'm tired of this. And he's going to take them both on next week. Okay. Joe Wayne Gacy tells Harlan Myers to take out Draco Anthony. He says, take out the black man. Well, I guess since February's over, I guess he could just say that because it's not like Vince hasn't said bad shit about black people. Dookie Nukie. Basically takes Persia away, and then Indy is, she can't get a text back from Dexter. It's more like, won't text her back, Loomis. Hey, that's okay. Maybe he can find her on Indy Messenger. Everybody tuned out. Everybody disliked these jokes, and I don't care. All right. Next week is NXT Roadblock. End of the line. Had to maintain. Man, that was great when Durb and I used to do those jokes. Harlan Myers and Joe Wayne Gacy beat up Draco Anthony, just kept slamming his head down and everything. At least he didn't curb stomp him. We didn't American History X this bitch. And that was it. Harlan Myers won. This guy actually looked like he'd be a star, and this gimmick is stupid. This gimmick is as bad as Deacon Batista. Except there was more upside because they got away from Deacon Batista a lot sooner than this. So, Hayes and Tricky Ticky are talking about Peter Dune. They praise him and then they say, but they don't miss. Kerry and Chris Von Erich didn't either. So, Cora Gonzalez, that's their team name now. Cora Jade channeling 2002-2003 Lita. She's trying and she has a lot of energy, and boy, when she misses, she does miss. But I'll tell you right now, these things happen and she's not hurting people. She might be just throwing a few potatoes unintentionally, but it is what it is. They took on Yulissa Leon and Valentina Feroz, who have been featured occasionally, and boy, that was an amazingly racist intro that they had. Look at those outfits and listen to that music. My goodness, Raquel wanted to send him back over the wall. Also, Ivy tells Tatum, hey, it's like you got to learn the hard way. Because Ivy has to get her fistings in, and Tatum just seems excited about the fistings. Might as well make this as weird as possible. So, why was there so much screaming in the crowd? Was somebody offended by the outfits? Did somebody break their goddamn femur? Did Sid Vicious break his femur again? What the hell is going on here? So, we have splash on the floor, or a dive on the floor, and then we get a bomb and a splash by Cora Jade, where Raquel picked her up like a bowling ball and then splashed her down. 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's it. They advance. It's going to come down to Cora Gonzalez against Wendy Kai Choo Choo. So, Saray is talking to a bunch of the women, I assume, that they signed recently. I don't have a clue who they are. I don't care. Nothing against them, but I haven't been given a reason to care. Tiffany Stratton-Stone shows up as jealous, offers one of her necklaces, but Saray says no thank you, and then she slams her head against the garage door, and this is the kind of bullshit. They're arguing over necklaces. They are fighting over shampoo. The Saray gimmick is stupid, by the way. It's monumentally stupid, and everybody involved that came up with it should feel bad. So, this works in anime. It doesn't work in wrestling. Chase University entrance and break. Tony D'Angelo is, he zags when other people zig, or zig-a-zig, I don't know. Do you want to be my Italian lover? I mean, you got to get with my friend, forget about. Anyway, let's just stop with that. Boy, I can't butcher any more songs possibly. Wait, yes I can. Because these Italian stereotypes never end. Aha. He has his eyes on Big Fish. Maybe he's going to take on Rex Steiner at Stand and Deliver, considering they're going to be doing a triple threat next week. All right. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but let's just move on here. Who was the gorgeous blonde by the entrance, by the way, that was checking out Von Wagner? More importantly, why would anyone check out Von Wagner? The guy looks like a Cro-Magnon that just grew hair. Like extra hair with extra volume. He was also in leather. Robert S&M brand. That's basically what it is. It's a Robert Stone. The Stones are the friends we made along the way. What am I on about? I don't know. Let's finish up with this. He beat Andre Chase. after a student got poked in the eye. You know, I knew a dirty blonde that got poked in the eye and kind of liked it. At least I think she kind of liked it. Let's move hastily on from that. Von Wagner won. And who cares? Because it's Von fucking Wagner. Nikita Lyons tells Lash Legend to keep that same energy. My God, Twitter is going to melt down when these two face off. Are they facing off next week? Are they just having a talking segment? Are they going to have a battle of the network asses? Who the hell knows? Peter Dunne took on Carmelo Hayes with Tricky Ticky Williams in a North American Championship match that was good. Good action. Hayes is a very good worker. In fact, he's one of the few bright things about NXT. Besides the color scheme. A nice arm focus by Peter Dunne, and then got a bitter end, but he couldn't make the cover. He just couldn't do it. There was a nice DDT by Carmelo Hayes, and then he's trying to get the fingers. He's trying to violently finger the man that can't miss, but then he violently fingers Tricky Ticky Williams, but then gets sent off the ropes. Big leg drop. Hayes has got to come up with a different finisher. I mean, this is just me knowing how physics and bodies work enough to know his hips and spine are going to hate him in 5 years. I mean, he hits it great. That's a great finisher. But anyway, that's it. He maintains it. He retains the NXT North American Championship and says, aha, we are going to do this at TakeOver Stand Deliver in the same match that made it famous, that this title was created in, rather. It's going to be a ladder match. Who's going to be in the ladder match? I don't know. Okay, a bit of a weird rushed ending, but it is what it is. So, we here at Price is Right Wrestling would like to remind you to control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.